Welcome to Gray Overload. I'm Anthony, and Windows is up to another big feature update, 1709, called the Fall Creators Update. Let's take a look at what was in it. So Microsoft had a busy day with the Fall Creators Update release today, so a new feature update of Windows. And so now it's up to 1709 if you are keeping track at home for the versions. But to get started and dive into some of these features that they announced with it or have in this feature update was Windows Mixed Reality. Definitely go check out the video that I had already done on the Windows Mixed Reality stuff. A lot of that is covered there, but Hulu did announce that their app today was out, so that's pretty cool as well. There's also a Mixed Reality viewer, so if you open up and go in to your start menu and open up the Mixed Reality viewer, you can actually use that. Currently today, you don't need a headset for that app, so check that out if you want to put like little objects on, stuff around the house or whatever. So in virtual reality, so definitely go check that out. It's pretty cool there. I'm sure my kids will love that part as well, especially my son, if I can put dinosaurs all over the place. So that's kind of cool there. The Photos app, that has some improvements now. You got some, you can add filters, text, 3D effects, soon to have 3D objects, as well as, you can digital ink on photos and videos. And then there's a whole remix part of this as well, where you can go and, complete with, soundtracks, themes, transitions, etc. You got a whole bunch of stuff to look at. If you're into want to create like a mini video or something like that, remix it, definitely go check that out. And you can even quickly share right from that interface as well. My People is one of the features that I like in this release. It has the ability to go through and you pin people to the taskbar that you report with. So I got my wife, I got my brother, and another close friend and stuff pinned there. And so there's 3 that are in the taskbar. I haven't figured out how to expand more. I like more people pinned down there. There's like 4 or 5 that I need. That I talk to on a daily basis. That would be great for having quick access. But then everything else is underneath the little People tab in your taskbar, right next to, or pretty close to the clock area. But that's pretty there. I've been having very much use out of that with the Insider Preview, so I'm glad that kind of came here. But it still needs some ironing out. Just keep that in mind. If there's things that don't quite like you want them to work some way, put those suggestions in the feedback app, so more people's feedback and they can iron out some of those quirkiness to it, so it works better. But next one is Cortana and the voice activated power commands. So this is kind of cool, and I like that they keep on improving Cortana. I will not say anything to try to trigger the Cortana to pop up if you have her enabled there. But now you can go in and turn people's computers off if they happen to have it on, I think, and stuff like that. So it's kind of funny that way. But overall, I think it's a nice improvement to be able to have that as well. Microsoft Edge had some huge enhancements to it. It's finally becoming a browser that competes with Firefox and Chrome overall all the time in many different areas. So we've already had extensions that keep coming over, but now that you can have books and you can books and read them in Edge, you can also annotate them in Edge as well, especially if you have a pen. Like I use my pen on my Surface a lot, and so you can annotate now in the books, highlight. You can also pin your favorites to websites to the taskbar if you want. So if you have a website that you just want to open up and that's all you really want to go to, pin that right to the taskbar. Makes it easy to get to as well. You can edit URLs and favorites. This is a nice feature. You can do that in basically every other browser. So it was a nice addition to finally round it out. Full screen mode. So I don't know if anyone ever uses F11. I happen to use that quite a bit here. In some scenarios where I actually have some computers always in F11 at work. So this is finally there that now I can use Edge. I don't have to install a browser, which actually helps make my workflow, because this is a computer I don't touch at all, really. It just, does a loop. So that was a great improvement, and I like using it. Read aloud as well was announced in Edge, And they also have, you can see and manage website permissions. If you're somebody that wants to take a look at security and wants to make sure that your security, or at least web pages, are doing what they're saying that they're doing, you can now go through and manage websites, and their website permissions, I should say. So definitely check that out. That's underneath settings and then advanced settings there. And then it says manage under websites and website permissions. So definitely go check that out. Also, Fluent Design came to it. That's their whole design language. So you'll see like this more, I don't know, it's Fluent, right? It's this, the whole UI is kind of, all these apps and everything else are going towards that design language. And Edge has got that as well. The store now is no longer called the Windows Store, it's called the Microsoft Store. They're kind of unifying that finally. I think it's great, especially because you have Xbox, that's, Microsoft Store. You have, other devices out there. You even have the Microsoft Store. Kind of put that all together. Maybe they might even put more devices and stuff and expand the store out. We'll see, but improvement in that area, I really enjoy it as well. The big one, another one that I really like was security. They improved that to be better ransomware protection, and basically the Windows Defender Exploit Guard now helps guard against those ransomware attacks. I really like that. I like that they keep putting effort into this. I just can't wait till the next version when they add even more. And I think it is important to continue that progress forward and try to keep people's computers as secure as possible, because we know how hard it is out there today with everything going around, and that just helps us go and stay productive going forward. Next, I want to get into all the productivity stuff. So Microsoft did a lot with productivity and trying to enhance that as well. I think that's one core thing that they have with Windows is productivity, and they need to drive that, as well as bringing in some consumer stuff to keep growing the ecosystem a little bit more here, and continue on PC, especially now if you have Android. You have the whole continue to PC, even on the iPhone with Edge now on there. Announced. I did a video on that as well, or that announcement, and so check that out if you want. And now you can actually continue right to on your PC. I kind of wish it would go the other way as well. There's some times where I have a website up on my desktop and I need to go someplace. I would like to send it to the phone, but eventually that may happen. So I've filed that as a feedback option as well. So, but the Microsoft launcher on Android is also part of that. It has a little bit more of continuing on the PC from that as well. Find My Pen. If you are using a Surface device or any other that type device that has a pen, now you can find it. It basically remembers where you last were, then had the pen, and then goes from there because it's a Bluetooth range and stuff like that. So you can use your pen as a PowerPoint clicker. So I'm actually very excited about this. I like this. I do PowerPoint presentations, and now I don't have to go and find a clicker or get a clicker. It's just right there in the pen, or try to get a phone connected. The pen just works. So I'm very pleased that they add that. One thing I should have mentioned with Edge 2 was the PDF annotations and form filling. So now you can fill out forms and annotate PDFs right in Edge. Great improvement there. Makes Edge more usable, especially for PDFs. I know my wife was actually asking for that feature when she'd be able to see that. And I was able to say, well, it's in a couple weeks. So this was a couple weeks ago she asked that question. So I'm glad that came, solved another pain point that she had. Better viewing of PDFs in Edge as well. So with that, they also have a currency converter as well. And you can recover your PIN or password from the lock screen. So if you have like a Microsoft account that you're signing with your computer in, or that's basically the only one that you can do. I think there might be Azure Active Directory as well. But those two, if you forget your password or your PIN, you can actually recover it now. Great features to add, less likely where you have to go to a different computer and do everything else. Another feature that I'm really excited about and I use all the time is the OneDrive Files on Demand. I'm so glad they got that back. It's made my life 10 times easier when using the Surface, and I don't have a file in there. I don't have to go figure out what folder it is in my OneDrive. I can just go down, find it, and just download just that item rather than the whole folder. So great improvement. Thank you, Microsoft, for finally getting that done, and I'm using it every single day. They have a new power slider. So if you're on like a laptop or a Surface device, mobile device, definitely check out the power slider. They have the slider now that you can go on performance or battery balance and slide in between there. Much easier to understand, and so definitely check that out. Accessibility. I am so glad Microsoft putting effort into this. I think it's a key to helping people that need those features and to have their experiences be improved, because that's crucial. I think is to improve experiences. As a software developer, I'm trying to improve an experience and make it easier for people to use. So I understand that. I'm so glad they put this in. But then now they have eye tracking as well as narrator on screen reading intelligence, and they also have dictation. So they have improved those areas as well. They added eye tracking, but improved the narration and the dictation stuff as well. I believe the last item I have here is PC gaming, and this is one item I do every once in a while. I wish I could do it more, but when I have time, I do it. And they have improved game mode. Mixer, if you're into streaming your games, is much easier, much faster to get up and get started. You have new help options if you need, and those in the gaming world, and it's based about Xbox networking side of it, so you don't lose your connections when you're chatting or everything else. The GPUs in the task manager, really love that. That's one big one. That's to me is another one of my favorite features that I get to watch that, but I kind of like to see how the utilization is and stuff like that. And so that's going to be a nice thing, especially I'm going to try to see how to incorporate that into some reviews here coming up shortly. And so I'm really excited about some of those features. Again, and then there's the last one, actually, I had one more here, is 3D in Office. So there's a lot of new 3D items coming into Windows. Sort of some of that ties back into the mixed reality stuff as well. So I'm very excited about this. This has been a pretty big release overall. A lot of features. Definitely, whenever your PC comes out, feel free to update it if you want it right away. Microsoft has some information on how to get that right away as well. But I think over time they'll iron out if there's any issues. But so far, it's been pretty good for me on all the systems I have it on. I just got it on 3 new systems in my house today on my wife's Surface, so I'll be testing those out a little bit more. But I'm really excited about this release and how they're improving Windows. I can't wait to, as they improve it more, iron out some more and make it more stable moving forward. It's a great release overall. Definitely go check it out. Check out some of the new features and let me know what some of your favorite features are as well. Mine are, of people. I have the OneDrive files, the gaming, the, security, stuff like that. That's what I really like. Definitely go take a look at and tell me what you guys like as well. So I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for taking the time to help grow this channel as well. Super excited about that. And if you got any other questions or comments, please leave them in the thing below or in the description or comments below. And until next time, thank you for watching. Thanks for watching Gray Overload. If you like this content, be sure to subscribe